suspect in the Toronto area shooting that we saw take place earlier this week, going from Mississauga to Milton and Hamilton, and 2 people lost their lives and 3 severely injured. Well, now it's been revealed that the suspect had a long criminal history, according to the parole documents. There's been, and this was devastating, as the Toronto police officer who lost their life, and also the auto shop owner who lost his life, and it's now shown, according to the parole records, that the suspect had an extensive criminal record, including ties to a gang at one point. The Parole Board of Canada documents indicate that the man believed to be behind the shootings that took place in the GTA and Hamilton area had a history of robbery, drug trafficking, and weapon possession with gang ties. Special Investigation Unit has not released the suspect's name because they say that his family has not provided consent. But Peel Regional Police originally identified the suspect as a 30-year-old Sean Petrie in a province-wide emergency alert, which took place earlier this week, that warned the public. And if you got this alert, if you lived in Southern Ontario, well, you must have gotten this alert on your mobile handset, as well as your television screens, of an warning alert saying that there's an active shooter, armed and dangerous, and that to stay away, to call 911, and to not approach this individual. Now, sources close to the investigation who have also said that they've identified this same individual, Sean Petrie, but there's a difference between the sources. One say that he is about 30 years old, the other one's 40 years old, but overall he's referred to as the suspect, who is no longer alive when he was in police custody at a Hamilton cemetery. That is where he was pronounced dead after the paramedics arrived. Now, the SIU has said 4 police officers shot at Petrie later on, and he died at the confrontation in the Hamilton cemetery. Now, the parole board documents for this individual suspect has shown the long history of him being in prison since 2010. And even though the location has been redacted in the parole documents, but it does show that he was in prison under medium security and subject to statutory release. And this shows that a long history of violence and crime, and being in the legal system for quite some time, as there is an investigation going on about what was the motive behind the shootings, whereas the person he killed at the auto mechanic shop, that was also revealed was his employer for 1 month, about four months ago. And so there you see the officer, as well as the other individual who lost his life during this rampage of shooting that took place earlier this week. Now, as we're finding more about this individual suspect and what took place, and potentially if any history of him and his criminal activity could indicate to what his state of mind was, what provoked him to do the things he did, as there was no association to the police officer that's been released. It says that the police officer was just on a lunch break, and Mississauga happened to be just at the wrong place, wrong time, and that's the fate that he was met with.